All right. Esper Hero. Esper, for those new to Magic, refers to the color combination of blue, black, and white. Hero, in this instance, refers to this card, Hero of the Precinct One. 2/2 for 2. That says whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. So this deck was quite the force to be reckoned with during War of the Spark Standard. It fell off pretty hard when Field of the Dead came around, and then at rotation it was kind of dead to rights just because it didn't quite have the mana base to support it. With the addition of extra temples now, and Fabled Passage, which we've always had, we probably have enough dual lands to cast our spells consistently again. But not only is just the mana better with the new set, but we have a higher density of multicolored spells, right? Like if you look at the cards this deck is playing, we have a lot of cards that were added from Theros here that are just good multicolored cards. So we can enable our Hero of the Precinct One very easily without playing a bunch of mediocre cards to do so. I think this is not only my favorite design of the latest set, but I think this card's just genuinely powerful here too. 3/2 with Menace. When it enters play, the target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them into a face up and a face down pile. And then you put one in your hand and the other in your graveyard. This, you basically always get to draw two cards. It's great. 3/2 Menace, draw 2 cards is A-okay with me. Let's dive on into some constructed matches with this one and see how it goes. Easy keep here. Ashiok's been hit or miss. In the matchups where Ashiok's +1 is valuable, it seems very reasonable, but there's just a number of matchups where making a 2/3 isn't worthwhile. One of the age-old questions is, do I play Hero first and then Thought Erasure? Or do I Thought Erasure first to protect my hero? I think I Thought Erasure first to try and take like a Risen Reef here, or whatever their 3-drop is. Atris sounds great, actually. So obviously, they can escape this back, but taking it means they don't get to ramp this turn, and taking it means they don't get to draw a card. So I think it's worth taking this, even though it has escape. They're still a little ways off of this Hydroid Crisis being useful. I say there's a chance they even just see a baby Crisis here. Atris and Dream Trawler are both cards I really like from the new set, so hopefully this deck is good. That's true. Wow. All right, they're probably mind gaming me, but that's definitely. I'll take a friendo. Ashiok, yep, would much rather have these two. I'm like fairly confident you just always take 2 cards. Cavalier's brutal. Cavalier blocks Dream Trawler and it enables the escape on their Titan. Pretty rough. Perfect. Despark is a really elegant answer to Cavalier Thorns here. That card seems like it's pretty good in general in this format. The evasion on this with Menace is relevant a lot of the time in my experience. It's very, very good. So this is the part of the game where we're kind of keeping up with what they're doing, and then they draw Hydroid Crisis and bury us. For those of you that haven't read this book before. Here's a question. Is it worth it to throw this away for 4 points of damage? Probably not, because they're likely to attack with this next turn, since they draw a card when it attacks too for some reason. Yeah, this card ramps, draws them cards, and gains them life. It's kind of unreal. And I guess I could block it. I guess I just trade here. Cause like, you know, it can't escape back right away, at least. I guess. All the right things in all the right places. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sounds good as in tough. Definitely feels like we can't win, right? Wow! Punked! Punked! They get to escape Uro next turn, too. Yeah, that was me writing a post complaining about Uro and then deleting it. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything constructive. I'm gonna... We'll see. If... I don't know. I'm gonna be interested to see how much standard we play in the long term. I guess is the TLDR. It feels to me like there must be some kind of super fundamental disconnect with whatever went on at Wizards R&D to like make them think that this was a card that was okay to print with all the other blue-green things that are going on in this format. And like all the cards that got banned, like they thought those cards were legal when they designed this card. So, like, it's even more offensive than it is in this format. Like, what did whoever was testing it look like? Like, what did their decks look like? So now I have to decide, do I want to Scorn bounce my Dream Trawler, or do I want to Scorn kill this Crisis? Yeah, they have a blast zone right here. Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know, like, Uro's an interesting one because while some of the things like, I would buy that Nissa was held in check by Field of the Dead, but like Uro is a card. This card would be absurd in Field of the Dead decks, right? So like, so what's the deal? They get to sit here and scry now too, so their average card quality is just going to be exceedingly high. Nylea's intervention finds any land and would have been good in field. Gosh, that's true too. Okay. Trawler having lifelink might mean we're not dead on this attack. Could find you all 4 of your fields. They have the Great Henge too? Are you kidding? Good golly, just endless greed. Okay, so I get to do this. I get to bounce my hero, which draws a card and puts Trawler to 5. And then Trawler attacks and draws a card which puts it to 6, so I get to kill Nissa. So I go up to 9 here. I get to go hero, play a good boy, trigger hero. Holding on to the land to protect Dream Trawler. I had people telling me that these Esper decks and blue-white control decks were beating Simic for them. I don't buy it. Maybe I'm just bad or unlucky or something, but like I don't believe them.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Jacob.
I won't even draw it. How am I do that? How is Mom do that?
This doesn't seem very useful here. The 2/3s aren't very good. Kaya's Wrath seems good. Massacre Girl seems good. This seems fine. Not good, but fine. I don't think this is a veto match. What I would bet is the matches you win with these decks are very satisfying, and the matches you lose tend to be fast and brutal. So there's definitely a cognitive bias in favor of these decks. Yeah, I mean, we held on until their crisis buried us in the ground. This is how it works, right? Need one more trim here. We don't want all the Teferis. That's my older one in the background, someone asked. That's Jake is 5. Almost 6. Jake, you're going to be 6 soon, right? 6. Come here. Ah.
Hi, Jacob. Show my dad. My dad go. Daddy have a play card that would be better.
Your name is Jacob and your daddy's plays cards. You're right.
The game called game.
You know a lot of stuff, huh?
Yeah, but sometimes we'll one call. Oh, and we have a game, but boo.
So I let on the passage here. Hey, buddy. I love you. You and Declan need to stay upstairs, please.
Okay.
I let on the Passage here over the Temple of Silence because I want to be able to Thought Erasure on 2. And if I played Temple on 1, Passage would come into play tapped. Although we're getting Mystic Disputed. Woof. How and what beats the Simic decks? Something aggressive, maybe? The White Devotion aggro deck we played the other day felt okay, but we also had small sample sizes. Did I miss a donation? There was some bits from an anonymous cheer, which I said thank you for. Girl probably does well against Simic. I don't know if I buy that. I think specifically the card Embercleave does well against Simic. I think that card in particular, Embercleave, is good. You're basically a combo deck. Yeah, the Black Devotion deck is basically a combo deck. It can race them. But traditional mid-range decks basically just don't have a chance. Combo decks like Embercleave, combo decks like Embercleave or Grey Merchant Night Shepherd combo, those can race them. We're going to get back to playing White Devotion again tomorrow for the second time. Hopefully get to run it into Simic a little bit and see how it goes. I'm going to do this now before they have a negate up. Well, was hoping for an untapped land there to jam Trawler, but good boy will do in a pinch, I guess.
Here we go.
Easy block. Well, I mean, at least we get to play the hero before we Trawler, I guess. Hushbringer's like a double-edged sword. It's fine against... Hushbringer is fine against, it's just like, okay, I guess I Kaya's Wrath, but then I Kaya's Wrath, and then, like, they get their best card from their discard pile back on top of the deck. So it's like, did I even really accomplish anything here? Yeah, Hushbringer is a double-edged sword. Like, it's actively bad against Uro, is the issue. Make it, like, disputed here. Okay, no dispute. Step 1. Okay, well... Were we just cranking Blast Zone up to 6 again? Is that their plan? Except for their Hydroid Crisis. What's the deal? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They didn't get Crisis back with the Cavaliers. So they could just have another one. Well, I can't even double Dream Trawler, right? Because Blast Zone just kills them. I guess Agent doesn't do anything because I can protect it. I've got that going for me. Okay, I'm gonna Mortify. This is why I decided to draw my card before killing this. So this way I could draw a different removal spell. Now I can save this for Anissa potentially. Yeah, I think if they play the Agent, I'm gonna discard the Massacre Girl. They're just gonna take my land, sure. Yep. Makes sense. Okay, this could be a game where Dream Trawlers win it for us. This is only at 2. I don't know that I could reasonably play another Dream Trawler out here, though, right? I think I just play Atris. All right, the door is locked. It's been a while since I've streamed while they're home. If I'm being honest, I forgot the door had a lock. Corrected. This is up to 4. I assume this is going to 6. Yay, Great Grader. That being said, we're kind of in this game, right? We have the second Trawler as a follow-up here. I have Grasp to kill this. Was this summoning sick? I don't remember. They have plenty of mana. It's not really relevant. I don't know. I think anybody saying anything that they know in particular really beats Simic almost certainly doesn't have enough matches played. Past that, we almost certainly don't know what optimal Simic configurations look like. So it's hard to really say we know you're great because we don't know what their best iteration looks like. Yeah, and like saying the deck full of enchantments is good against the green deck is as easy for the green deck to fix as saying, okay, how many of the 4 instant speed 1 mana enchantment removal spells do I want to play? Because the answer to that question could easily be a lot. I think I just let this happen. I'm just gonna eat it. I would believe that too, That could make a lot of sense. If some of the people telling me their decks are good against Simic are playing best of one, I would believe that. It's definitely, the enchantment strategy is definitely much more susceptible to sideboard hate than a lot of other strategies because of how many cards that interact with artifacts and enchantments that just aren't main deckable. Yeah, flash decks full of counterspells are what people played to beat the ramp decks to the last Mythic Championship. Yeah, I think that's something people do quite frequently too, is they hear the word Simic and they take every blue-green deck to be that's the Simic deck people are talking about, when in reality, like, we're talking about a specific ramp deck. Yeah, Scorn plus Erasure takes the Cavalier out of play, which is nice. And then this Dream Trawler can eventually attack down this Nissa, which is great. So again, we are in this game until a Hydroid Crisis comes rolling off the top for them. How many of those have they played? They're through two Crisis. Oh, I should have erasured pre-combat to Surveil. Oh, they're at 7. Yeah, I totally should have attacked their face. I'm in control deck mode, and I did not pivot. Their Planeswalker had the same loyalty as their health total. Hey, look, they drew their Titan. It gains them 6 life and draws them 2 cards. Man, who looks really flipping smart and thin for attacking their Nissa now? Jeff Hogland looks really smart and thin for attacking their Nissa now. Well, these 2 tokens can't attack. So, no. Only 13 more cards in their graveyard. At least we have endless 1/1s to block this, I suppose. Oh. Can we deck them? No, the problem is they draw Big Pig before you deck them. Is the issue. Yeah, that's true too. Blocking this also doesn't do much because it gains them 3 life and draws a card every attack. Yeah, should have killed that. I don't know. I'm checked out. Like we're just not competitive, right? Like what's the like if I kill the Nissa, it just doesn't like sure. Yeah, there's the next thing. All right, let's just skip the Simic matches for now, I guess. Alright, sorry. I deleted my last tweet about Uro. We're gonna send this one out. An anonymous cheer. The ghosts have all the bits today. This probably isn't good enough, right? This is fine. This is fine. We'll bottom the swamp here. They have a nice avatar, can't possibly play. They have a Bolas avatar, right? They'd be a traitor to Bolas and everything he stands for if they play a breeding pool on one, chat. Yes, Jupkins doesn't look like a breeding pool player to me. See, I knew I liked you, Jupkins. I wasn't listening to chat. You look like a stand-up opponent. Yeah, like all the people who keep talking about Hushbringer, I feel like they must be playing different games than I am. Hushbringer is not good against Uro, chat. Do you not realize that Uro draws cards when it attacks too? Sounds good, Alex, will do. If they attack Teferi with the Fenlurker, I'm gonna block with my token. Alright, well that's... Wanted to land, but as far as non-land draws go, that one's pretty good. No, Uro does not sack if there's a Hushbringer in play. If you have Hushbringer out, their Uro is a 3-mana 6/6 that gains 3 life and draws a card when it attacks. I probably want to hold on to Despark in the event that they have a Nightmare Shepherd, huh?
Let's try this.
Yeah, it also ramps them when it attacks. Uro's a 4-mana Dream Trawler. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
All right, what's going on up here? It's kind of sad in a way too, because I'm glad we are playing Magic and not poker. Poker face, poker face. My. The non-breeding pool matchups in this format have been really good. So they're looking at the top 3 cards of our deck here. They split them up into 2 piles. We're going to take whichever pile has 2 cards in it. I know exactly how they tested Uro. They tested Uro alongside Once Upon a Time, Veil of Summer, and Oko. Did we forget to give Arena a dirt nap? I feel like I might have forgotten to nap Arena. This is not a Massacre Girl matchup. Oath kills Ayara. Does it kill anything other than Ayara in this matchup? Hey, Thurgas, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. I feel like Ashiok's probably a little slow. Usually they don't play rank. I'm not sure one Oath. X bring in these. Decree, obviously absurd. Despark, I think it's good for killing Shepherd and stuff. Their decks occasionally play Citadel as well, which is good to take off the board. I don't know, like when you consider the context, Uro's pretty busted. Like the fact that the Uro colors, honestly, Green Cavalier is also quietly one of the things that makes it so difficult to deal with, because Green Cavalier makes you have to beat all of Blue-Green's best cards twice, and now it enables Uro, and it ramps them too. Like, there's just like, all right, I can beat the first Hydrate Crisis, but then I have to beat the Cavalier, and then I have to rebeat the Hydrate Crisis. Be a little greedy and ditch the land here, I think. Yes, all of it done 1 turn ahead of curve by Man of the Mercs. I don't know. It feels like there's plenty of good games to be had in this standard format. We're not blocking, because if we block, this little bugger comes back. Damping Sphere doesn't do anything against the ramp decks in standard. It would be next to useless, Psycho Smurf. I don't think suggesting that card would be good is accurate. Yeah, Cav also has a big body, and it blocks Dream Trawler. It blocks your best. It defeats the best way to beat the Simic deck, which is evasion, right? All right, he's dead, Jim. You killed him. This card, Nightmare Shepherd's a little clunky against Teferi. Well, that was more specifically, Bob. That was pre-Hydrate Crisis, right? Like, remember when Guilds got printed, or Ravnica's Allegiance got printed? The green-black mid-range deck turned into a Simic deck to splash Crisis, basically. I'll take the pile of 2 cards, please. Pick which 2 I get. That's a pretty scary one. Vomit. Are we dead? They can 6-ball us here. Yeah, you still just die. You still just die to the 3/3s, though, Smurf, in most of the games. So we're dead to another Gray Merchant. Perfect. So you just hope to not get garried off the top. I'm excited for you to win the first couple of tournaments, Greater. I'm excited for you. I don't believe you, but I'm excited for you to do well in a bunch of Magic tournaments if what you're saying is actually correct. Is actually accurate. Good luck, Godspeed. Citing a 4-mana counterspell as the solution, like, ignores kind of the fundamental play patterns of, like, being reactive against those decks. Wonder if they eat Fenlurker in response here and take a card out of my hand. Mono white won it. That's good. That's good. That's exciting. The white deck felt very reasonable when we played it. I hope it ends up being a reasonable deck in the format. Yeah, I agree that not attacking with the Shepherd is weirdly defensive. So I think we ditch the Trawler here, and then we just Oath Akai to buffer our life total here, and then we're not dead to Grey Merchant. We just like Oath one of these things, smack them. Sans Massacre Girl, we're in a very good spot this game. The mono white deck that won had no new cards made. Oh. I guess my other question then too is how... So the week 1 standard tournament on Magic Online is a tough to gauge from because people who aren't familiar... Let me go to MTGO Traders right now. Uro Nature's Titan on Magic the Gathering Online currently costs $32.16. So there's a chance that that's gonna skew the deck selection of a lot of people. Heliod was $80 at one point. Oh, look at that. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. Definitely just needed to chill. Arena definitely didn't just crash. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week on release weeks like this. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to my subs. I wouldn't be here without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, and deck boxes with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to their players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience. You head over to InkedGaming.com/Jeff. You can save a little bit on your purchases there of custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. They focus primarily on Magic's non-rotating formats such as Modern, Pioneer, and Legacy. And of course...
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Look at that. Arena's reloaded. Still hasn't even found us an opponent yet. Perfect. Perfect shield time. My cards aren't worth protecting. Listen. These are my altered Birds of Paradise. Thank you very much. They are very special and have a place near and dear in my heart. They carried me to many a top 8s back in the day. Many a Kiki Jiki were courted for using those Birds of Paradise. Yay! No breeding pool. Yay! We just need to stay down here being a percentage gamer, and we want to play against breeding pools. Figured it out. Hacked it, chat. If you are a percentage gamer, you will not have to breed the pool. Atris has been really good. I think the design on this card is amazing, and I think the power level on it is very reasonable. Basically, think of it as a 3-2 with Menace that draws 2 cards and mills you for 1. Okay, well, I mean, my good boy is gonna put these cats in their place, huh? Just like, how does this one make you feel, opponent? So it's very flavorful that the dog puts the cats in their place. Now, if they have a Murderous Rider, our good boy's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But if they don't have a Murderous Rider, he's going to get to life link back up everything the cats just did, which is great. Not my good boy, chat. Are we dead? I think we're dead. They took our dog to the pound. Yeah. I mean, I don't even really know that was punished. Like, that was basically, it was basically my only play, right? Like, I didn't really have another meaningful play there. Like, what's my line from here? I'm getting hit for 2 more at end of turn, and then 2 more next turn. I think I just Teferi, bounce, and oven.
Right on schedule.
I guess I could Oath and then Teferi Oath and like tread water that way for a little bit. That doesn't seem completely unreasonable. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of draws here, so I don't know that scrying super far in advance really does anything. Yeah, oathing the cats is actively bad because they're going to be sacking the cats anyways. And if they sack the cat that I target with oath, I then don't get to gain 3 life with it. Immediately punished for bottoming Despark. Worth noting that Nightmare Shepherd is a May, so this is not a non-bow. It is not a non-bow with Cat Oven. The fact that Teferi gained a life there was huge. Was not expecting them to do that.
Let's try this.
So they get to loop one of these. I go to 4. They can attack me to 2. Oh, and then I'm dead, right? Yeah, I'm just dead. They replay the oven and hit me twice. What are we doing here? Extra doggo seems good. Despark's maybe fine. Decree's great. Ashiok's bad. Lazav's whatever. Trim and Othakaya. That's how we boarded last time, right? Seems fine. The Fires decks were okay against Ramp and really bad against the Flash decks. So at the end of last season, we had a kind of cyclical combo aggro Ember Cleave decks versus Ramp decks, Flash decks, versus fires, and like fires could beat up the aggro decks because of Clarion, Ember Cleave could beat up the ramp decks, and the ramp deck / counterspell decks beat up fires. So if you like playing one of those 3 archetypes, the end of last season was like pretty okay. If you're someone that enjoys traditional aggro or mid-range though, like non-combo decks, there wasn't a whole ton for you. Some Kaya. I mean, if this match feels hard, quite possibly. I know it's very easy to be knee-jerky and like look at that game we just lost and be like, oh my god, we need more anti-cat stuff because we just died to 2 cats and ovens. I guess I don't know that I necessarily think that this matchup's hard. Kaya's reasonable against like it's really not. Like spending your 3-drop to kill their 1-drop after it's attacked you 2 or 3 times is not great. It's like borderline passable, but calling it good I think is a stretch. Okay. Blue source here is great. At the bottom of that, I don't really need a 3rd one of those. We'll go ahead and we'll Mortify the Nightmare Shepherd, and then we'll Oracle next turn. All while beating him down. Kaya has the upside against the cat decks of not just being graveyard hate, but being able to take the oven off the table, which is nice. I do think that if a match like this feels hard, Kaya is a good card to reach for to help improve it. Just like I said, I don't know that, like, this is a matchup that I'm looking at and going, oh, I need more help with here. It was fine. I mean, I don't know that anybody's expecting it to be busted. Like, the baseline for the Ballista combo is they said Felidar Guardian Saheeli is not okay, and Ballista is very similar to that, and it's more castable in more colors than that combo is. So I think anyone telling you that, like, it's inherently super busted is kind of whatever. But I do think the people that are like, well, if this thing wasn't okay, why is this okay? That's probably a reasonable stance. Yeah, sounds good. We get to Temple of Enlightenment, into Erasure, into Good Boy. Erasure before Good Boy means this is more likely to stick around. Keep the cats where they're supposed to be. I'm gonna bottom that for now. Another Scryland already. My one regret about printing Felidar Guardian is that he wasn't green. Yeah, easy takes, right? Just grab the rider here. Yeah, we grab the rider here, probably. They're gonna get to draw a few cards with this Midnight Reaper, though. Yeah, I've got two Hounds in the main deck and a 3rd in the board. That usual for Sundays. It's usual for release weekends. Croaky's was slightly above me for most of the day while he was on, but he lives overseas, so I assume he's off by now. That's later for him. All right, so now I have to decide, do I play the Hound here? I think so. I think we play the Hound before we Mortify. How long do you think Ballista will be legal in Pioneer? It might just be legal forever, One of my biggest complaints about Wizard of the Coast and their management of the banned lists in various Magic formats is that they're very inconsistent with how they manage them. So the fact that they've banned a very similar combo does not necessarily mean that they're going to ban Ballista. The Temur Thassa deck that we played earlier today, speaking of croquis, was really bad. It felt super clunky, and the other blue-green decks went way over the top of it. I think I keep this here, because next turn we could go Teferi plus Scorn. When I started streaming, how long and how often did you stream? A couple days a week for a couple hours at a time, if I recall correctly. I know, it's been a while. If you look back on the website Sully Gnome, I believe they have some historical data for me. Yeah, it looks like Sully Gnome has streaming data for me all the way back to 2015. So if you click there, you don't have to have me guess, you can just know. Huh? Do I just take Dream Trawler, exile Dream Trawler here? I think it's Dream Trawler. Because I want to go Teferi Scorn next turn. Yes, that's true. When streaming looked like it had the potential to become a job for me, my wife and I hired a babysitter and I leaned into it more. Yeah, this block is weird to me because, like, oh, I should scorn this Midnight Reaper before they. I should have scorned the Reaper before blocks. This was a mistake on my part. Should have scorned the Reaper before blocks. Hey, Brackus, thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back, I appreciate that. But yeah, these blocks mean that they're going down on Devotion. Well, if I would have scorned the Reaper, they wouldn't have been able to block with their cat and oven it. So they would have either not blocked and I would have attacked for more. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's the goodest of boys? You tell that cat to stay dead. Stay dead, kitty. Stay dead. The glowing red circle of no gives me life, chat. Makes me feel all warm and cuddly on the inside. It's a good draw. This matchup seems okay for us. I'm not certain that we really need Kaya because this matchup seems pretty okay. Shepherd's a fat boy. He makes lots of food. Back up to 10 here, feeling good. I think I hold on to this Teferi for now because this Teferi's at 3. Yeah, dog is this set's keyword soup. It's the questing beast of our lives. I'm gonna wait to play this because next turn I can down tick this draw card and then down tick this draw card. I'm gonna give them the option to sack this to deny me drawing a card, because if they sack that, it seems pretty good for us. Whew! Alright, well now... Now, I think I bounced the Murderous Rider, and then Thought Erasure them, right?
No, I am not making this up as I go.
No, I think I just do this so I can kill them, right? I just want to, like, put them under an immense amount of pressure. Perfect. Next turn, we go Hero into Oracle. So, do I miss a token to possibly draw Tyrant Scorn for lethal? No, that's not even lethal, right? Because they can eat food? Yeah, okay, never mind. Kaya for the blue-green matchup. I think just playing her as Graveyard Hate is not good enough. I don't know. Maybe that's worth testing. My gut says it's not great. Always 2 cards, chat. Never not 2 cards. Unless the one face-up card literally wins you the game on the spot, no outs. Take the 2 cards.
I've got it.
They can eat Hero, take 6, gain 3, go to 3. So I'm throwing Hero away for an extra point of damage here, which I think is fine, based on what the board state looks like. So they can sack Gray Merchant to 4 me again. Hootie's excited. All right, we're at 99%, chat. That means we're getting dangerously close to the Simic bracket. Dangerously close to the Simic bracket. Would building the Simic ramp deck be a safe bet for the ladder this season? Probably. I would be very surprised if that deck's not one of the best decks in the format. I keep this in the dark. Doomblade, card advantage, bomb. Red Green Temple. Okay. That accompanies Breeding Pool sometimes. I'm gonna bottom the second one of those. I think I'd like another 2-drop or a 3-drop perhaps. That's a good lookup. I often use refer to things as Doomblades as magic jargon for it's a removal spell. To be fair, you get a lot of activations all at once. Something Naya comes this way, chat. So they can play a 6-drop next turn, potentially. They could be a Lotus Field deck, yep. I feel like Despark's probably good against whatever they're doing. If, like, both ends of the spectrum covered here, right? Like, Despark covers the top end, Scorn covers the bottom end. Pretty good. My poor Oracle. Hopefully they play something this turn we can Despark, so we get to, like, use all 4 mana, untap, use all 4 mana, untap Dream Trawler. And these extra lands can turn into Trawler protection. Okay. Do you have more lands? They get to play 2 lands this turn. 1. You gotta stop my face. Yep. Okay, hand's not great, but Trawler gains us a bunch of life and draws us some new cards. That's pretty good with Grazer. Wow, Oketra Kiora is kind of hot, huh? Is pretty not bad. I mean, the God triggers Kiora a bunch, right? Like, this card doesn't trigger it, but, like, all of these do. My gut reaction was like, oh, that's not good because she doesn't trigger it, but, like, oh, every other one does now. They unfortunately have this. I guess let's go to combat. Attack here. Unfortunate that we drew that post-combat because they get to Grazer, save their Planeswalker now. This isn't gone forever, but it's gone for now at least. We'll take the millennial solution. We'll just, like, ignore this. That's a problem. That one's a problem for future, Jeff. Gosh, this Kiora's drawn, what, 1, 2, 3 cards already? Four cards. Well, I wanted to Oath the Grazer. That's fair. That's fair. The reason we're in the current climate situation we're in is very much because of someone else will worry about that attitude from the generation before. Hey, look at that. Past Jeff didn't hang us out to dry. Oh no. Oh no! Dang it. Why do people play this card? I was feeling really good about this game until I looked at their hand. I was like, man, we're super far ahead. Nope. No, we are not. That's okay. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. We're lifelinking for 5, so we're only taking 7. They have us on a relatively short clock. Hopefully they don't draw a creature they can cast here. If they draw a 1 or 2 drop creature here, we're probably dead. Yeah, the escape drew them like... The escape drew them 3 cards, and like, Kiora drew them 5 cards, right? Now, Ashiok's actually going to be really good here, because Ashiok will bounce their 4/4 and take a card out of their hand. So it's basically worth 2 things, right? And that's actually castable, huh? So let's fetch for a basic, and then we'll Atris. I have 9 mana, right? Yeah. I think these gods are fine. I actually think the design on these gods is very good. You still get to 1-for-1 them. They're resistant in a different way other than being indestructible. I think having a variety of ways in which the gods are resilient is nice. I'll take 2 cards, please. Always take the 2, chat. My succulent horrors.
Your heroics are but a dream to me.
I agree. The War Gods are like really good design because a lot of them have seen play in a lot of situations, but are very explicitly not overbearing. So I assume they plan to kill the Nightmare Muse here. So we'll see 1 giant crush at Ashiok, and then we'll trade with the giant that attacks us. The fact that they have to attack Ashiok here means they trigger Othakaya. The incidental life gain clause on this card is just like so good. It's like, oh, by the way, let me punish you for this thing you want to do anyways. Oh no! Oh no! They got us with the onboard trick. It'll be okay. Confirmed Lotus Field deck. Oh, crap. Oh, I have a Mortify. Whew! This makes black mana for Kenny. Sick.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Whee! Hootie's real excited about our turn. He's so good, Trawler. They see me trawling. Do. I missed the damage, right? No, I drew this off of that. Yeah, never mind. So they're dead to a cantrip? Rats. That's an okay thought, maybe. I don't think it really matters. Feel like they probably don't have a comeback mechanic from here. I guess they could have They could realistically have the Giant Sweeper. If they had Giant Sweeper, they could make me sad. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Thank goodness their bow god can't block my flying creature. Huh, chat? Thank goodness. They didn't have that many things that this is very good against, huh? A lot of their stuff was chunkier. I think I trimmed the Scorns. Grasp and Despark seem good. Hounds doesn't really keep most of their stuff in check, huh? Maybe get rid of those. I have one more I can bring back in. Decree exiles red things. They might have the new giant, the 3/4 that draws cards when it attacks. This might be fine to have in. Don't assume someone with a bow can hit what they're aiming at. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. When does Ugin come in? I assume Ugin is an extra way to interact with fires. Maybe it could come in here against just a mid-range deck. I could see that. Well, pretty sure this is a mulligan. I don't think I can keep a hand that doesn't do anything until turn 3. Especially when, like, we're not guaranteed to have our 3rd land. This hand's much better. I think against the Bone Crusher Giant deck, I Thought Erasure on 2 as opposed to Heroing on 2. That's fine, because we have to go Erasure on 2, Hero plus tap land on 3. Goodbye, friend. Sticking for lands here at this point, or ways to kill Kiora. When do you play Hero on 2 versus Thought Erasure and vice versa? Depends on how much removal you expect them to have. So against, like I said, I explicitly chose to Hero a turn later in this matchup because I know there are 4 Bone Crusher Giant deck. So that detail dictates how I want to sequence my 2 drops. Because as we saw here, the Thought Erasure can let the hero be likely to live. So Kiora plus Lotus Field means they have a pile of mana this turn. Well, you know, we tried, chat. We gave it the college best. That's all you could really ask for.
Nature flows with vigor.
Yowza. Maybe I'm just supposed to Mortify this. If they draw a land next turn, they can go Oketra plus a 3-drop, and then I'm kind of in trouble. Do-it-yourself fires? Yeah, high effort fires.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
Elder being a 4/4, thanks to Kiora being technically blue, is pretty sweet. That's Vigilance too, right? Yeah, it's a big boy. Kill Bone Crusher. Teferi's gonna die though. If they don't have another creature and we draw an untapped land next turn, we can go Hero into Despark, Hero Ketra, and maybe be okay here. But they start pumping out 4/4s, we're probably gonna have a hard time keeping up. They have so much mana here, right? Like the Fabled Elder makes 3, Kiora makes 3, so that's what, 12 total? And then like Kiora is gonna draw them cards too if they have more creatures here. Alright, that's good. That was good enough. Good enough. Those silly buy a box promos and their lack of constructed playability. I think I bottomed that since Island doesn't cast Kaya's Wrath very well. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, neat take. I like that Lotus Field both lets them ramp with Kiora and it enables splash activations off of Kisses. Nice dual purpose card there for them. We've been live for 8.5 hours. If we keep a lot of friends around for the evening, I'm planning to do probably 10 or 11.
You'll thank me later.
We're gonna do at least one more deck after this, and if we still got a good viewer count by the time that one's done, we'll do one more. More Pod Mom. We're gonna get back to Pod Mom tomorrow. Like to try and keep a lot of variety in what we do, so keep things jumping along. Got a smattering of other new standard decks in the queue still, past Junfires. So had some wonderful folks add Pod Mom and back into the queue with a bunch of points. Gosh, their hand is just all gas, huh? I think it's just Escape to the Wild since I can Despark Domri. I think I gotta get rid of... Maybe I'm supposed to take the Gideon? Oh, they don't currently have double white for Gideon. Trawler is perfect. Looking for a way to end the game for sure. The Ballista combo deck this morning was fine. Nothing to write home about. Felt really good. Fair mid-range deck combo backup plan. How many goodies? Hey, another double white card. God bless. Hey, Dabs. Thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Welcome to our newest members of Hoaglandia. I appreciate that. I agree. I think while obviously every set has some issues here and there, I think the designs in this set as a whole have been phenomenal. All right, so now I have to decide. Do I jam Dream Trawler this turn, or do I let them God Eternal and then Kaya's Wrath? I think I just pass here. The problem with passing is that they just go like Gideon go. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. A good hint is when I mute, there's an icon, so you can always know whether or not I have sound. I think it's important that I cast this Wrath before I Trawler. It feels bad to not use my mana this turn, but... yeah, this is the concern. Opponents played this match really well.
Every opportunity.
Spot on read with my... Spot on read that I likely have a sweeper here with the pause last turn. Maybe I was just supposed to 1-for-1 the Wrath on their mana dork so they didn't have double white. They forgot to plus their Gideon. That's huge. War had fine designs and really bad ones. What are cards that I loved out of War of the Spark? I mean, I'm gonna have to reach deep for this, aren't I? What is a card that was in War of the Spark that I could say I loved? Vivian's Arcbow. Was Arcbow in there? Arcbow is definitely in there. Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil is great. See, chat, every set has at least a few gems. Sarkin. Oh, was Feather? Feather's a great one. See, there were plenty of designs in there that were fine. That was an instance of gambling on the one. We lost, but I really needed a spell there, huh? I really needed a spell. I think my mistake this game was the turn I passed with the sweeper and did nothing. I should have played the sweeper and killed. I should have just used the sweeper to kill just their elder, is what I should have done. Is Hero the weakest card in this deck? Not necessarily. I think Hero's fine. Spells! Spells!
You fight dirty.
I don't understand what you're asking or trying to say, Yak. Fool me once. Yikes. They're gonna give Oketra Vigilance here.
I believe in you, friend.
Yep. Can't give her trample. Not a legal play. Think we're donezo, chat. Think we're donezo. All right, so Hero. I don't know. This archetype's always felt just kind of middling to me. It's just a collection of just kind of okay cards. The person that submitted this said this was kind of just filler, and I think I'd cut it. I know, like, you kind of want more proactive plays early, but it's just not a very strong card, and, like, we don't have that many good things for it to copy. Ashiok was, again, just a little bit medium. It was fine in some spots, but there's just so many matchups where, like, +1 create a 2/3 just isn't worth a card. And, like, traditionally speaking, good 5-mana planeswalkers generate card advantage when they plus, and this one very much does not do that. Hey, thanks for the 5-month stutters. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There's a reason for not having Thief. That could be a reasonable threat. I would assume the reason for not having Thief was trying to keep the curve down, but that could be something that you want to replace Ashiok with, maybe. A card like Thief could maybe improve the Simic matchup, although I guess it is awkward that you, like, mill over their Uros. You can't cast their Uros and keep them, and then Thief fills the graveyard up for their Uros to escape again and again and again. Those decks also mill themselves a lot, though. So I could see Thief milling being upside as well. Oh, yeah, they have a Boreal Grazers too, right? God, that's so great. Yeah. Oh, Thief. Yeah, Doggo does block that at least. The third dog in the main might be fine. Lifelink's real good on this, and the incidental hate for a lot of different things is fine. Probably worth testing Thief. Popular list has one Grazer. Hot take, popular lists don't currently exist. I would probably, way too early in the format to, like, make assumptions about what's good, what's bad, who should or shouldn't be playing what. Testing Thief is probably something I do. Being a controlling deck in this format doesn't really feel spectacular with Simic running around, so I think having that little bit more proactive element with Thief of Sanity is probably pretty reasonable. Guild Mage. I don't know that Guild Mages are playable. Turning Ashioks and something else in the Thief of Sanity sounds very reasonable, though. Alright, what are we doing? That's going to be it for that one. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get set up and move things over to the next one. When we get back, we're going to dive into this Jund Fires deck, featuring some Pelucranos and some Ox here. So, back in a few, folks. Thanks for hanging out today. Don't go anywhere.